sticks, gon' chew that boy up. You thought this shit came with some teeth. Tell him ride the way, surfboard, the way got paid, the way know how to save. The diamonds ice ring, diamonds game ring, diamonds hiking ring, diamonds ice cream.
Today's video, it's a very personal topic, so if y'all could please keep your negative comments to yourself, please. It would really mean a lot if you would be supportive in this topic, not as much judgmental. I could have continued hiding the fact of who I am and continued going about my business, but I'm deciding to make this video because I feel more comfortable in high school. I feel like a lot of people won't judge me for who I am, and they'll be very supportive. And like, hopefully y'all learn a lot from it, because y'all make a lot of assumptions and it gets on my nerves. Like, it really bothers me because it's not the truth. It's really not the truth. Like, comment, subscribe, and let's get into the video. So y'all, if y'all didn't know, now y'all know. And y'all gonna hear like a story time on it. You're gonna hear me answering a lot of questions. That I am a type 1 diabetic, and I'm not proud that I'm a type 1 diabetic, but it's a part of who I am. So I was just crying before this video, and like, I put makeup on, so like now my mascara running. And actually, I can answer all these questions together. How did you find out you were diabetic? How old were you when you found out? And were you crying or upset when you found out? I was 6 years old when I found out that I was a type 1 diabetic. So when I was younger, I always had knee problems. And when I was around the age of me being, I'm not sure how long my dad used to live in Georgia. He lived with us, and then he moved to Georgia. Then he came back. He came back because he heard I had diabetes, so he came back. I'm not sure how long he was like living in Georgia. I think it was a year, I believe. It was like a year and almost 2 years, maybe. He had the car. And we only had like one car at the time because like my brothers was young too. They were still going to school, catching SEPTA, going to school. And I was young, so like either they would take me to school or my mom. My mom was saving up for a car, but like she was like not on her own. Like my dad was still like calling on us and checking and help us and send us stuff and stuff like that. And like she still had like her side of the family and stuff, and my grandma and all of that. But she didn't have a car at the time. I don't know if she was saving up. I'm pretty sure she was saving up for one. But yeah, she was taking me to school from SEPTA. So at this time, I was in first grade when I found out I had diabetes. I was in first grade, and I was going to this school called Harold O. Davis. It was like a Catholic school, I believe. I believe it was because it had a church. It had a church. And like we sung these Christian songs. So when I would go on SEPTA bus, the man would have to like lower the step so I'm able to get on and so I'm able to get off. And it was like an everyday thing the whole time I had knee problems. At this time, my mom was working at St. Christopher's Hospital. She worked there for 17 years. She don't work there now, but at this time she did. So one day she eventually took me to her job. I always would go there anyway, but like this time it was a different purpose. She took me to her job, and she asked them to check me out to see why I had knee problems so much. They told me to take her. They did the checkups. I don't know if the results came back like with news or anything. I'm pretty sure it came back with like some type of news saying that I had something. So they told my mom to take me to another like exhibit where they do different types of checkups and stuff. So my mom did that. They did the checkup and came back. I was in the hospital. So I was just like in the hospital while they was doing the checkups and stuff. I think it took like 1 or 2 days. I don't know. Came back. They came back in the room. They told my mom that I had diabetes, that I was a type 1 diabetic. I remember seeing her crying, but I'm not sure if she was like crying at the time they told her. But I do remember seeing her crying. I do remember seeing her crying at one point in time because that I had diabetes. And I was so young. I'm still young now having it. Like, my mom was scared. She was scared. I remember her saying that she was scared. I was scared as well. Because like before I even found that, like as soon as I found out I had diabetes, they went right in teaching my mom like how to do this, how to do that. They was showing my mom how to do this. They gave me medicine right away. They would constantly give me medicine and stuff like that. So of course I was scared because I'm a type 1 diabetic, and the difference between type 1 and type 2, type 1 you gotta take needles, type 2 you gotta take pills. So I was taking needles to get insulin. So I gotta get insulin 3 times a day. And every time I eat, I gotta check my sugar before I eat. Stayed in there for a couple of days, so I missed a couple of days of school or whatever. I couldn't give my own medicine at the time. I was only 6 years old. I couldn't give my own medicine at the time like I do now because I was 6 years old and I didn't really know what I was doing. I didn't really know what diabetes was when they told my mom. I was just sitting there like, what is diabetes? So that I wasn't crying when I found out. I wasn't crying. I was scared, and I started crying when I saw that they had to give me a needle. Like, I was like, no, because before I was a diabetic, before I even found out I was a diabetic, I was a regular child. Like, I was regular. Like, most people are scared to get needles. Most people don't like needles. That's how I was. I didn't like needles. I was scared to get needles. When I got to school, I remember going back to school from the hospital, the first day back to school from the hospital, and they had a welcome back. They put welcome back on the board. Hold on here, I'm sorry. They put welcome back on the board, and they was like, oh, she's bad. And they like, you know when you walk in and they like surprised. I walked in and they like, welcome back, then and I hope you feel better. Cause like they knew I was in the hospital. They always call my mom, say your child missing from school, whatever. My mom like, oh, she in the hospital. They like, it was so nice. It was nice of them. Cause I got these tissues out for a reason. So I'm gonna use them. Cause like, hold on, cause I don't know why. I did not know I was gonna start. I had a feeling I was gonna cry, but I was like, no. I'm not gonna cry because like I haven't really told the story broken down like this, but I told some type of story in some way and I didn't cry. So why would I cry now? And look at me crying. So, y'all. Alright, so yeah, it was so nice. Thing about when my sugar high and low. When my sugar is high, I'll like I have certain symptoms. Like I have to go to the bathroom a lot. I gotta go pee a lot. I be dehydrated. When they get too high, like real high, I'm gonna start throwing up. Cause the fact that it's telling me that the fact I have to go to the bathroom and be dehydrated, that's my body telling me my sugar is too high. No, that's my body telling me my sugar is high. When I start like I gotta go do something. I gotta bring it down, like insulin to bring it down. I start throwing up. I'm not gonna stop throwing up. I'm gonna constantly throw up. Like I'm gonna throw up, stop, throw up again, stop. Even if I don't even eat nothing, I'm gonna still throw up. Like it don't even make sense. But that's my body telling me that my sugar's too high and like it's not going to function right until I bring it down. And that's not good because my sugar's too high. It start messing with my kidneys and stuff. So when my sugar is low, my sugar is low, that's when I start feeling drowsy and dizzy, and like I start shaking. I will start shaking. My nerves will start acting up. I start shaking like really bad, like really bad. And like if it get too low to the point like I'm not doing nothing about it, I'm gonna pass out. I haven't passed out before. I haven't passed out yet, which is a good thing. But I have almost passed out. But I haven't passed out yet. After first grade, I didn't go back to that school. Second grade, I went to my neighborhood school. Yeah, I went to my neighborhood school. I didn't want to go to that school no more. And I was tired of catching SEPTA every morning too. So I went to my neighborhood school. I'm able to walk. My brothers would take me. Cause my brother had to walk that way anyway to catch the bus. So I had these staff members. They both name was Mr. Daniel. It was at my neighborhood school, Creighton. They both name was Mr. Daniel. They was both brothers. One was gay and one was straight. The straight one was nice too. The gay one was nice too. But me and the gay one had like, he was more like checking up on me more. The straight one wouldn't check up on me as much as the gay one would. The gay one would stay in the little schoolhouse. That was like kindergarten to second. The big schoolhouse was 3rd grade to 8th. That was the straight Mr. Daniel was in the big schoolhouse. The gay Mr. Daniel was in the little schoolhouse. The gay Mr. Daniel, I remember I had to go to the nurse because I was feeling dizzy. So the nurse, they didn't have a nurse in the little school. They had a nurse in a big schoolhouse, and it was like a big schoolhouse. It was like a big schoolhouse, a yard, then a little schoolhouse. So you had to go outside to go to the big schoolhouse to go to the nurse. So they gave me Mr. Daniel. I was feeling dizzy, and he picked me up. Cause like I couldn't balance, I couldn't walk. Like I could walk, but like I couldn't balance. Like I was like droopy. He picked me up, and he started running across the yard with me in his arms, and then he took me to the nurse, and he dropped me off at the nurse, and he stood outside the nurse until I was okay. Like until my sugar was in the right place where I didn't feel dizzy anymore. And he like looked so worried. I miss Mr. Daniel. He was so nice. Yeah, so 2nd grade, I wasn't embarrassed. 3rd grade, I wasn't embarrassed. 4th grade, I wasn't embarrassed. All like 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, all those grades I had, it was always people in my class that was like the people that was in my classroom, my teachers, everybody was so caring and nice. Like if I had to go to the nurse, they would always send somebody with me because it was like a lot of stairs. So like the floor I was on was not on the floor as the nurse, except for 5th grade. The nurse was on that floor. But like, it was like a lot of stairs. So in 3rd grade, I had to go to the nurse a lot because my sugar was always dropping a lot. Somebody always go with me to all the way up to the floors, to the floors. But the only thing that bothered me while I was in those grades, I wasn't embarrassed. No, I wasn't embarrassed. I just didn't really tell people as much. People just like, if they feel like they were like, why you keep going to the nurse? Then I would tell them. But like, I didn't tell people as much because people ask me questions. Like, y'all ask the same questions over and over again. It's annoying. Like, it gets annoying. Like, they be, first of all, I'm checking my sugar and stuff, they be dead in my face. Like, yes. Like, what? Yes. Like, what? That's annoying. Like, I don't like when people do that. Like, don't be staring dead in my face. Like, look from afar. Don't be in my face. The fact that they be like, that everybody be like, they be like, take it as a joke. It's not funny. People be like, but that mean you can't eat too much sugar. No, that's not what it means. Because like, I think I got this a question too. does that mean you can't have a lot of sugar? Yeah, that don't mean that. It don't mean me having diabetes don't mean I can't have a lot of sugar. I can eat whatever I want. I just gotta get medicine so then my sugar won't go high. And when my sugar low, I have to eat sugar to make it high. Not high, but like average. What was the question? Were you born with it? What happened in middle school? Was I born with it? No, I wasn't born with it. No, I wasn't born with diabetes. I got it because it runs in my family. Yeah, it runs in my family, so it like passed down onto me. So, yeah, I wasn't born with it. What happened in middle school? What happened in middle school? So, like I said, I wasn't embarrassed. I wasn't embarrassed all throughout elementary school and middle school. I started having embarrassment. I didn't want to tell nobody. I don't want nobody to know. People eventually found out anyway. It's a small school. So people eventually found out anyway, and like I couldn't trust people. I went from having the first needle from when I first got diabetes, and I changed on to this. I don't use this now. I just have it just in case. I changed on to this. This is the medicine in here. I put the needle on top of there and screw it. Get to myself and screw it off. I put this on. It's like a pen. They call it a pen. This is a insulin pen. I changed on to this at about 4th, 5th grade. No, probably 3rd, 4th, 5th. I changed on to this. Yeah. 6th grade, I had this for half of the year. No, half of the year. Cause once New Year's came, after New Year's, it was I think like in February. In like February, I got something called an insulin pump. But like it had something called an insulin pump, and I would like hook it onto my hip, and I would like have it like hooked onto my hip, through my pants and my belt and stuff. And I couldn't hide that unless I had like a sweater or something on. But I had to tuck my shirt in school. So yeah, and like I had it like in the back. I would put the inserting spot on the back of my arms. And it was like it had wires, but you couldn't see the wire because I put the insert in the back of my arm. The sleeve was like right here, so that you couldn't see it. The wire came through my shirt here, down here, and then it had to come out my shirt, hooked onto my belt. So you couldn't see the wire, you could only see the insulin pump that was on my hip. Then 7th grade. 7th grade, I believe I still had it. Yeah, 7th grade, I still had it. Still had the little pump on the like wire pump. It wasn't wireless, it had wires. The wire pump on my hip. To one day, I believe, in 7th grade, I upgraded. I upgraded to, see if I can show y'all, this. This is how the pump looked. It was on my hip, but now it's wireless. It don't have no wires. So like I could put it in my bag and stuff like that. Okay, y'all, so the last question was, what's the white thing on my arm? The white thing on my arm is connected to this. It's just wireless. I could put it on my arm, I put it in my stomach too. Right now it's on my stomach. So that helps me. That's how I get my medicine, with that white thing. That's how I get my medicine. And I change it every 3 days. Like I change the site and put it to another site every 3 days. So y'all won't really see it in school. I won't really see it because I hide it. When I'm like going to school, I hide everything that's noticeable that contains my diabetes. When I'm going to like cookouts or something, I don't care. I'm not finna hide nothing because that's my family. It's my family. My family already know. Our family is real supportive. They chilling. School. After middle school, I didn't want nobody to know. I was embarrassed. I got to high school. I'm telling people who already know, talking to counselors, telling them what happened in middle school, telling them why I'm so embarrassed. They started talking to me, telling me what type of school this is and how people not going to act like that, how people going to be supportive and not act like that. Like the people at my school that I'm at now, they not like how they're not going to do the same thing as how the middle school kids did. Yeah, thanks for watching this video. This video is over with. Finally, I could stop crying. So, hope y'all enjoyed this video. Come on, y'all. We're gonna say bye, Dream. Y'all, Dream is pregnant. Look at her. My baby. Pregnant mommy. Say bye. Bye.